Hello friends, in this video we will be seeing how to develop a Spring Boot application using VS Code. Let's get started. I have a VS Code opened already. The first prerequisite is to have Java installed. In my case, I have OpenJDK 11 already installed on my machine. In addition to this, we need to install two extensions. In order to install extensions, you can click on this icon and you need to install two extensions primarily. One is the extension pack for Java. This extension downloads more extensions related to language support, debugger, Maven, and TouchRunner. Similarly, you also have to install a Spring Boot extension pack, which downloads related extensions related to Spring Boot tools, initializer, etc. Once you have both the extensions installed, navigate to the Explorer. You will notice a new option called Create Java Project. On clicking the same, you will be presented with various options where you can create a Maven-based project, a Gradle-based project, or a Spring Boot project. In addition to this, we also have more options related to Quarkus, Microprofile, JavaFX, and so on. In this case, we will be selecting Spring Boot. Once you select Spring Boot, you will be presented with couple of options. Either you can select Maven as the build tool or you can select Gradle. For convenience, I will be selecting Maven in this video. Select the respective Spring Boot version you want to work with. I will be selecting 2.6.4. Java would be the language that I would be implementing in. You can provide the group ID, provide an artifact ID for this application. I will call it as a grid service. Jar would be my packaging type. Java will be Java 11. And here you will be able to select all the required dependencies that needs to be packaged within your Spring Boot application. Since we will be working with a simple application which contains of a controller, we need to install Spring Web. So I will be selecting Spring Web. Press enter. Select the location where you want this project to be generated. And once done, the extension will create a Spring Boot application in the location that you mentioned as part of the wizard. Click on open. It will open the created project within the VS Code. In addition to this, there are multiple perspectives created like Java projects, Maven, and Spring Boot dashboard. The Java projects view gives you an holistic view of all the packages, classes, the dependencies, etc. The Maven perspective gives you all the lifecycle, plugins, dependencies. In addition to that, it also allows you to list down all the plugins and run the respective goals. We will see this in a bit once we start developing our application. And the Spring Boot dashboard gives the list of all the Spring Boot applications within this workspace from where you could start and stop the service. Now let us just go and expand the SRC Java and see the class that was created. In Spring Boot, there is a application class which is like the entry point. Here you see we have a main method. VS Code allows you to run using this option. So you can just about the main, you will see a couple of options. One is to run and other is to debug. For now, let's click on run. Once you click on run, you see that within the terminal, it fires the command which starts up your Spring Boot application. Cool. For now, let us just exit this. Great. Let us now create a greetings controller which exposes one method which takes in a name and returns the name with some citation. Let's say hello so and so. In order to do that, you can go to the Java projects view, right click, create a new package. Let's create a package called controllers. Once you create, you will see those in the view. Click on the plus sign to create the Java class. Let's name as greet controller. It is a class. Alright, so in order to have a controller in Spring Boot, you need to annotate it using fresh controller. And at the same time, you can provide a request mapping and indicate the path at which this API needs to be served. In this case, I will call it as greet. Fantastic. Now let us create a method which will take in a name. Okay, we can do that using this convention. Then you can write public string greet me. You can capture that variable using path variable annotation. Provide the name, string name. Great. Return hello class name. Great. You can do Control S and that will format as for you. Cool. Now we have our controllers ready. So let us run this. In order to run this application, you have multiple ways. One way is to go and click on run from the main class. Other option is to open the Spring Boot dashboard and click on this run option. And the third option is to expand the Maven perspective, go to plugins, open the Spring Boot, and you can click on the Spring Boot :run. So these are the options through which you could run this application. I will be using the main approach. For now, instead of using run, I will be using the debug option so that we can look at some more features such as hot reload and debugging using breakpoints. So let us click on debug. Great. So our application is now started and this will serve this API, the greet API at port 8080. In order to try this out, you could either hit this in the browser as this is a GET API, or you could use any of your REST clients to fire this API. So I will be using the Thunder client here. So I'll just click on new request. Our API is present in HTTP localhost 8080 greet, and it could take a variable name. So I'll put John and I'll click on send. Cool. You see, hello John is written. Fantastic. Now let us look at this hot reload option. Let's say you need to make some changes. What you could do is once you make those changes, you will need to restart your server. but that's not efficient. So with VS Code and the extension that is installed, you also get an option of hot code replace. So what this will do is it will create the necessary class files and it will replace within the JVM's context. Okay, so what I will do is instead of hello, I will change it to welcome, save this file, and in order to make this change reflected, I will click on this lightning symbol, hot code replace. On click, you notice here one change class is reloaded and our server is not restarted. So let's just go and run the API again. I click on send and voila, you see the changes are reflected. Cool. With this we have also seen how this hot code replace works. The last thing that most of the people would love to have in a Java-based development is to have breakpoints so that you could debug complex flows step by step. The same can be achieved using VS Code as well. You can go to your respective class, click on any of the side to put a breakpoint. So in this case, I'll put it here and you can just fire. The moment you fire, you will see that the execution halts at the line that you specified. And at the same time, you can also step in, step out, step over, etc. And also look at the corresponding values within the context using the left pane under variables. You can also add watch expressions and so on. So in this case, you see the name is John, that is this name, and you can also see it mentioned here so that it becomes easier while debugging. Cool. Once you are done, in order to stop, you can just click on the stop server. For now, let us just resume. Great. And to stop, you can click on this stop icon. Perfect. So as you saw here, you can do almost everything within VS Code that you would do in modern IDEs like IntelliJ, Eclipse, etc. If this was helpful, then please do like this video and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Stay safe.